How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel here today with another 1/6 scale figure review. Today we have the Hot Toy Star Wars The Mandalorian Death Watch Mando. Taking a look at the box art, as we can observe the wraparound banner, we have an image of the figure itself holding his blaster rifle. And as we move towards the front of the box, we can see the rest of the banner here. Nice little action pose of the Death Watch Mando. Then moving up towards the front of the art box, we have a nice close-up shot of the figure itself. Once we remove the slipcover, we're treated to this very nice image of the figure. And once we remove the little artwork and the clam tray, we'll get our very quick first look here at the Death Watch Mando. Moving on to accessories, starting off with the display base. And Star Wars usually give us the little sand and the little footprints in the sand display base, and you know, just a weird obsession they had. Death Watch Mando towards the front of the nameplate, and we have our flight pole and waist grabber. Then we have this little swap out leg armor with the little velcro towards the back. We have some swap out hands. First we have some closed fists. Then we have the semi-open hands, kind of hold blasters. Then we have the jetpack, which is painted in this very nice blue color. Got some like silver details, a lot of weathering on the front end and the back. This one doesn't have the little padding, but it is magnetized, so as you can observe more of the details here on the bottom. Then we have little ports to plug in the little blast effects, and we can swivel those around so you can get those to move up and down, kind of get them out of your way. Then we have one of the blaster pistols. It's painted very nice, sculpted plastic. Then we have the blaster rifle, which is also nicely done, solid plastic. Paint apps on this are very nicely done. The scope here, as you can observe, got the little stock that kind of sticks out a lot. Got the handle towards the front, very well done. Alright, so here we have Death Watch Mando up close and personal, starting off at the helmet, which is done in this very nice, kind of like a faded blue color with some little hints of gray around the edge of the visor. You have a lot of weathering on the helmet, a lot of little dirt speckles there. Of course, the rangefinder. These things are always so sensitive, so do be careful with them. Then at the chest, we have all this nice little coloring, all these scrapes and scratches. We have these little kind of like these little white lines that align with the little shoulder pad. Nicely done. I don't know if it's coming across, but some of like the details and the weathering looks almost like it's printed and stuck onto the armor piece. I don't know, it looks a little off to me. Shoulder pads, of course, weathering on the little gauntlet as well. Got the little Death Watch symbol on the other side. Weathering on the gauntlets as well here. Then we have the belt, which is done, of course, in pleather. Little buckle there is sculpted plastic. Then we have the pouches, which are sculpted plastic as well. Then we have the holster for his blaster pistol, and of course the little magnet that holds it together. And as we move down we have the little leg plate armors, and this one as well has those little white stripes. We have these little symbols on the knee pads. You know, they're free floating, so those can move around out of the way. Then we have the pleather boot, which is just like one sided piece, but as you can see, there's a lot of weathering, a lot of dirt, a lot of grime on the paint apps for the boots, which is nice. Which is a nice little touch. Kind of shows like he's boots on the ground. Then on the bottom, we have some treading for the boots as well, and we have that little sculpted plastic piece on the boot there. Towards the back, the flight suit, and there's this tan color. Then we have this little fabric piece here where the magnets are for the jetpack. So it's pretty strong, as you can see. It kind of clamps on pretty solid there. So no issues with damaging anything, because everything just kind of sits in place and it's pretty sturdy. So if you want to have that jetpack on, you should have no issues whatsoever. Then the back of the helmet, usual Mandalorian helmets as well there. So if you have Death Watch Mando, you probably have a couple of other Mandalorians. Here I have him standing next to the heavy infantry Mando, so you kind of get a quick look at what that looks like side by side. Now on to articulation of the figure, starting off at the head. So we see the helmet going up to about there, going forward or looking down, not too much. I think there's the way the little piece sits under the helmet, it's limiting range, so side to side, and some swivel at the arms, going up to about there. Of course, the flight suits, because of the fat suit underneath, you always get a limited range. Going forward, if I can get his arms straight, going forward to about there. I think it goes further up. Got a swivel at the bicep, double bend at the elbow, regular wrist peg there. For ab crunch, going forward, not too bad. So we got a decent ab crunch. Going back till about there, before he starts to kind of come back in place. You got a little bit of swivel at the hips as well. Over for the legs, going out to about here, no issues. It's pretty good. Going forward till about there, before the little leg armor clashes with the hip. Got some swivel at the thigh, double bend at the knee. Then for the boot, which is one solid piece, going forward and back, no issues, and we have nice swivel side to side. Alright, so we reached the end of the video for the Mandalorian Death Watch Mando. Definitely, it's a nice figure to pick up, especially since it's been out for some time now, and you can find it for a good price on the aftermarket. You probably find it way below retail price. So if it's something you've been on the fence on for a while and you have a couple other Mandalorians, I can definitely recommend picking this one up. It's a solid piece. The color scheme on this one is going to stand out from the other Mandos that you may have. So I would definitely recommend, if you find a good deal on it, picking it up. But as always, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the video. If you enjoyed this one, please consider leaving a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more figure reviews. And I hope to catch you all in the next video.